John, it's 85 and sunny over here. As you can see, I'm sunbathing. How you doing?
And I'm freezing over here. I need my jacket on. It's 25 over here. We got ice and sleet. No, let's do a reversal here. Yesterday, we did a video. You were sitting at the desk in the office. You were wearing your red T-shirt. I flew out here a few days early because they had notified me that they might close the airport on Tuesday. And people were telling me, you don't buy into the news. We haven't had snow. Up to this week, it was the first time in 146 years in Chi-Town there was no snow. And then Stella came rolling through the country, except here in sunny Las Vegas. Last night, the kids called me. They said, Daddy, there's no snow. There's no snow. And then they woke up this morning. Obviously, there's no school. And I'm looking in your backyard, and it's like you're in Moscow. What do you got in your hand there?
I got a Illusion Rothschild.
What time is it? What time is it? What time is it?
Right now, it's 1:48 Eastern Standard
Time. All right, you have my permission. What are you going to take a drink of right now?
Well, I have some Swedish vodka, Fenka, Svedka. It's very tasty. It's good for the morning.
What do we say? Plo what?
Starovia.
My man. And what are you smoking a cigar too?
Well, I'm trying to, but it's so sunny out here. I can't even get the cigar to light right now.
So tell me, is it as bad as they said it was? Because they shut BWI down. They grounded all the airplanes. The flight that I would have taken to Vegas today, it was canceled. So obviously, I did the right thing leaving early. They got lucky with the tournament in Washington D.C. because it ended right before the storm came in. Right. And they got out of Dodge. All the players, all the athletes, all the teams. Obviously, Michigan had the scare sliding off the runway. And that was before the storm even came. So give me the have you actually left the house?
I have not left the house. So far, it snowed overnight. There's been ice. There's been snow. There's been a mixture. The roads were treacherous. People are sliding up and down. One of our partners couldn't even get out of his driveway. He's got a Range Rover, and it's pretty bad. And look, it doesn't look like it's getting any better. I mean, as you can see, this is the Mike Rogers forecast, and as you can see by the screen behind me, it's still coming down very much so.
I mean, I agree with you. It's pretty bad here. I have no sunscreen. My head's getting a little red. Mm-hmm. The shoulders are getting a little red. It is tough. Now, keep in mind, right now it is 10:51. Keep in mind, at 12:30, I have to be live in studio with Brian. You'll be phoning in from the snow phone from the underground bunker somewhere in Baltimore, Maryland, live as we do every Tuesday. We'll call it the special East Coast, West Coast Snow Report. Now, let's talk about today's games. Today, we got some NCAA action. I'm looking at the early line moves. Now, I know it's hard to get excited about games like Mount St. Mary's and Nolans, but you do see some early line movement. I know you're in the dark dungeon. I'm trying to find some shade here to actually read these lines. Are you getting a lot of calls on games like Mississippi and Monmouth, Indiana and Georgia Tech, Valpo and Illinois, CS Bakerfield in California? Well, we got games running all the way from 11:15, from 6:40 to 11:15.
The games that we're actually getting a lot of interest about today is that play-in game with Wake Forest. So we have other games that are obviously with the NIT that are more of the teams that people are accustomed to seeing, like Wake Forest.
Yeah, the game went from pick to 2.
Exactly. So people are familiar with those teams. It's going to be on TV, and it's something obviously they're interested in, even though we're looking at those obscure teams and matchups like you've been just talking about.
Now, I know that all the phones, the way we have it set up is that in the case of we can't make it into the office, the East Coast office, obviously I work out of the Don Best offices here in Las Vegas, Nevada. There's no issues here. We have the phones forwarded to all the parties that work in the firm. I know you're taking about 5 major lines coming into your house right now, and you have your significant other in the back helping you answer the phones. The phones are blowing off the hook from what I heard this morning before when I called it. People are calling they're still calling like they don't know any difference, correct?
They got out of the haze of last weekend. It's a new week for a lot of guys, and a lot of guys are actually flying into Vegas from all over the country because it's such a big week for them.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not flying in from Baltimore. That's for sure. They're not flying in from JFK.
Baltimore, right?
If you needed to be proactive in your weather prognostication, you had to do what I did. If you thought you were going to leave on Tuesday, you had to leave on Saturday. You had to get, well, as we like to say, get out of Dodge. As you know, you were expecting to see me Saturday morning in the office. You were texting me. I wasn't answering, and then I finally texted you in the iMessage from 30,000 feet, and I said, I'll text you when I land in Vegas. Sometimes you have to make quick decisions on your feet and based upon the late information that comes across your desk. It's the same thing when it comes to making plays at the window. People ask me why we don't release plays 5 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours before game time. Why, unlike other companies that advertise, let's say on Scores and Odds or on Don Best or an SBR Forum, where you can log in and bet it and forget it and get games online. I get these text messages on my phone. You do too, I'm sure, because you're on these lists where people want to, I get these little hot, if you want the hot pick, I'm on fire, I'm on a roll. Click here now, pay me $30, pay me $50. Listen, everybody has a right to make a living. I don't judge. Everybody has a right to sell their opinion. I don't judge. I just implore you, if you're watching this video, I ask you, if you're watching this video, how many of those people can you fly here, walk to the window with, break bread with, sit down with, learn the secrets of the sharpest bettors featured on 60 Minutes like Kenny White, featured on the History Channel, featured on TNT like Dominic Larigio, like Don Johnson, that broke these casinos for hundreds of millions of dollars. I implore you. And if you don't understand what goes into laying the foundation, it's all math. It's all about beating the number. It has nothing to do with my opinion, your opinion, his opinion. Nobody's opinion matters. So when somebody calls me and they say, what do you like we discussed yesterday, what I like is immaterial. I literally, just like I was expecting to get on a plane today, and based upon the late information that came across my screen, which was a weather report, literally dropped what I was doing, drove to the airport on Saturday, didn't say a word to anybody, and took off because that's how I roll. I roll based on information, not emotion. It's the same way I make my plays. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what I plan to do. If an injury report comes across our desk or if a line moves from pick to 2 and it's a false line move, I'm going to grab the dog. If I know that line should be pick and it's now 2, I'm going to grab the extra 2 points. Vice versa, if I know the line should be 6 and the line went from pick to 2, I'm going to still lay the 2. You have to have these factors in your toolbox if you're watching this video. Yes, you can be entertained. You can look at the difference between him standing there in absolute tropical paradise and me standing here in the frigid weather in Nevada. Or you can actually understand we are coast to coast. We run and control this industry. Not from a sales point of view. I haven't made a cold call. I haven't called on a client in 7 years. When's the last time you saw me pick up the phone and call somebody?
Never.
What's that?
Never.
You know who I am. If you want to talk to me, you know how to reach me, and you know how to call me. My motto from my old party, he used to say, don't stall, make the call. I'm easy to find. It's easy to break bread with me. It's easy to come get a suntan with me, unless you're Mike and you got to man the East Coast office. Smoke cigars and drink Svedka at 2 in the afternoon before you go on the radio and are heard by millions of people in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada, and on the internet around the world. Anything you want to add to this lovely video report we're having? I don't want you to get frostbitten out there.
You know, I've been here all morning just because we're snowed in on the East Coast, and I know a lot of people are at home watching this. They're not at work. This is the time to really look at this year going forward because Champions League is rounding down, and just when March Madness tones down, we have MLB starting literally a month from today. MLB starts. So we're getting
And
ready.
as my man Kenny, not to interrupt you, says, it is the only millionaire making sport. I'll be
That's right.
having dinner with Kenny later today or tomorrow. You'll probably see him on one of my Scores and Odds videos before I roll out of here from Vegas. Again, it is the only sport where you are relying on the money line more so than even in NHL. And you literally have algorithms employed. It's why bookmakers fear this sport more than any other sport, period. It is a millionaire-making sport. But oddly enough, it is the sport that the players themselves don't like to bet on, don't like to wager on. They don't like it. It's boring. It's 9 innings, blah, blah, blah. Look, the bottom line is this. Everybody knows an NBA game. You wait till the last 2 minutes. There's nothing that really exciting about an NBA game either. But people hold that in a different regard, in a different manner than they hold a MLB game. If I can bet a game and get back $250 on my dollars versus laying 11-10 on every game, I'll take it every day of the week. So if you have never played MLB, or if you've been a pitcher prognosticator, a guy that handicaps pitchers, we know you're a dead loser and you've lost a ton playing baseball on your own. I recommend you pick up the phone and you call Mike, because we know where Mike will be. He's going nowhere. You don't know where I'll be because I'll be bouncing from book to book to book to book to book here for my Vegas Roundtable, entertaining, meeting, and greeting. You know, it's funny. I always say you can come here and break bread with me, but as you know, Mike, I don't eat bread. You can come break bread with me, and you'll even get extra bread if you come to Las Vegas. So, Mike, have another shot of vodka on me, will you?
Do you see how
And I'll
cold
see
it
you
is
on the
out here?
radio
I
in a
can't
few
even.
hours.
I let the skin out, and I'm freezing. Everything's frostbitten. I've been out here for 10 minutes.
I'll see you on the radio. Warm up, have another shot of vodka.
You got it. Good day and good luck.